It's almost gone full circle with the RS4s up to the B9 RS4. Easy to modify the B9, yeah. You're changing the turbos in a few hours. It's got B7 RS4 ceramic brakes. It's got the S8 20-inch wheels, yeah. Basically RS4 engine with hybrids. Turbo, it's a shock to drive it. But drive it for half an hour, and then you start to appreciate. I wouldn't even say the early DIs. A lot of the DIs have issues just with the age, issues where the carbon builds up in the intake ports. And when you reduce the area on your intake ports, you reduce your power, simple as that.
So Doug, here we are, B9 RS4, really exciting project based on the cars that are here today with us. So just explain why the two cars here are so important to what we're doing with this car.
The B5 RS4 is probably one of the first cars we started tuning when we first started 20 years ago now. And I've had several B5 RS4s. It's one of those cars you keep going back to. And there's just something about them, the extra arches, the power, the torque, the kick in the back. There's just something special about it. It's almost gone full circle with the RS4s up to the B9 RS4. You drive one of these and it just feels like it's back to a B5 RS4 with the power, the kick in the back, the torque. Slightly bigger arches, maybe not as pronounced as a B5, but yeah, it feels really good and nice and easy to modify. Yeah, this is my B5. It's full work stage 2, so stock turbos. It's got the Wagner intercoolers. It's got the full Miltec with the large downpipes. It's got the larger injectors and the motorsport fuel pump unmapped, and it does 520, 530-ish and 780 Newton meters of torque. It's got B7 RS4 ceramic brakes. It's got the S8 20-inch wheels. It looks stock but big. Bolt-Ons suspension. B7 RS4 seats inside, and the B7 RNSE, the OE look.
Once you get past stage 2 and you start putting on RS6 turbos or whatever it is, hybrids, you have to take the engine out, don't you, with these?
The engine and box out, bolt on the bigger turbos, bigger intake pipes, better clutch, possibly larger MAF. You'd already do the injectors and fuel pump, but yeah, you've got to do a lot of bits. And it's going to be laggier than stock. Yours is a stage 3, yours is RS6 spec. So this spec is the nice easy way to do it, and it's a great all-round car. And your spec with the RS6 turbos is the little step up, so you get 580, 600 out of it.
830 Newton meters.
A bit more torque, yeah. And the age of these cars, so many parts are not available. You're hunting for new parts or even second-hand parts now to fix these cars.
Yeah, I think for the B9, the big thing is just, you know, the turbos are on the top of the engine.
Easy to modify the B9, yeah. You're changing the turbos in a few hours, not a couple of days. Your stage 2 is now what your stage 3 spec on your B5 is.
That's why I'm so excited about this, because I feel like we're back with a more modern chassis.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, that's what's really nice about these. You jump in it and you instantly go, reminds me of my B5, all the same characteristics.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of customers have said who have had B5s before, and that's why they like them. Because
I mean, some people there might not have seen the first video we ever did, which was the blue TFC.
Yeah. Basically RS4 engine with hybrids.
And we did VMAX.
We did VMAX where with the baby hybrids we did 198 miles per hour, and that shocked a lot of people. And then after that we went a bit bigger, and a couple of the B5s did 202 mile an hour.
Yeah, because that was with standard gearboxes, wasn't it? Standard 6th gear?
No, they had different gearboxes to get that, yeah.
But it was the rev limit that kind of limited them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So then we progressed from TFC to the Widebody, which was the, you know, that was, what engine was that in that?
That's a 3 litre.
That was it,
with Porsche K26 turbos on it, and 700 brake. It was more at one point, 700 brake.
And that did 204 mile an hour, doesn't it?
204, I think that did, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be on YouTube. We'll link it in this.
Yeah.
So people can watch it if they haven't seen it. They're really cool videos. But let's not forget the B7. That was one of my favourite videos we ever did, the supercharged Road Warrior video, because I mean that thing with the supercharged one's an animal, isn't it?
Yeah, the B7, after the B5, if you jumped into a B7 and drove it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you'd be disappointed because you don't have the instant torque kick of the turbos. The B7s you had to drive for half an hour, and then you realise there's more to this car than the kick in the back. You had a car that handled well and gave you feedback to the steering wheel, which there's not many Audis, no Audis did back then, and straight after that generation of car, the electric steering racks ruined it again. So that's probably the only Audi that had really nice steering feedback. Yeah. But being normally aspirated and being used to turbo, it's a shock to drive it. But drive it for half an hour, and then you start to appreciate, rev it, use the 8,500 revs, and use the power to make it fast, and it is fast. Yeah. And then obviously the mods on that, the best mod, the supercharger, just steps it up to a 600 brake car, which makes it fast.
Yeah, I mean one of my favourite videos on our YouTube is the grey B7 with the exhaust. It's stupid loud, and that thing just sounds amazing. You know, and the noise out of these things is like nothing you've ever heard when they're tuned and stage 2'd.
I was going to say you can't beat the V8 noise, but a V10 might beat it. But the V8 noise is really good. Yeah. Yeah. There should be 420 PS, 440 newton meters of torque. Yeah. None of them make 420 PS because of the carbon build-up. The first gen DIs have their issues where the carbon builds up in the intake ports. And when you reduce the area on your intake ports, you reduce your power, simple as that. So they need regular carbon cleans. When they are carbon cleaned, when they do have a full exhaust, maybe the intake modified or even the ported inlet manifolds, then you've got like 440 PS and 480 newton meters, and yeah, you can rev these cars to 8.5 all day long and they sound amazing. Yeah,
we've got a video coming up, haven't we, on carbon clean, injector testing and matching, which is really interesting.
The early DIs, I wouldn't even say the early DIs, a lot of the DIs have issues just with age and wear, so yeah, we're having to check, replace, clean injectors all the time on these.
On the website, the B7 page has got the most map options that you can have on any car.
Yeah, it's been one of our most popular cars to tune, so we're still doing new stuff on these cars and the maps. So you can have map switching on these, so you can run them on 95 if you have to, and you'll be tuned to 95. You can run them with octane booster, or you can run them with ethanol, and we'll do that. You can then switch between the maps. You can have launch control added, which is a bit of a gimmick on a normally aspirated car, but adjustable launch control, flat shift added, there's switchable crackle, so you have to have ESP off and the sport button pressed, and it'll do like what the newer cars do, crackle and overrun. And even with the supercharged cars, we're doing new stuff all the time on them as well, just trying to get the best out of them.
Very similar, because actually this is 2007, 2006?
2006 to 2008 these were made.
So they were 2001 they stopped, didn't
2000 to 2001, yeah.
So they're still, you know, quite close, but still 18 years old.
And you're getting into the parts not available on these as well. Yeah. They've just stopped the DRC on these, so just really struggling to keep DRC now. And they've stopped silly things like you can't buy a throttle pedal.
But yeah, at least you can still get some bits for these.
But you are having to search for second-hand
Yeah.
parts or
Yeah.
weird make parts as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the B9.
Yeah.
Complete stock.
Completely stock just now. And 450 PS and 600 Newton meters stock. It feels nice to drive. It's fast-ish. When you're used to modified cars, maybe not as fast as you want it, but it's back to being twin turbo, V6, 2.9, so the potential is there to play with it and modify it.
We're going to take it in to the dyno,
Yeah,
strap it down, do a run, see what power we're putting out.
yeah.
Then we'll put stage 1 map on it. Are there any other mods to the stage 1?
We really only do an air filter at stage 1. You can do larger intake and everything, but you just load it up and you can just quickly look at all the logs.
So is the octane booster map a completely new map, or is it the same map but just like adjusted boost values and maintenance schedule and servicing of B9s with this engine in and other cars with the same engine?
Single turbo instead of twin turbo. You can see this is just starting to do that.